Finally can leave this place. We're finally gonna be on our way to the gym. Training chest today, along with triceps and shoulders. Obviously more emphasis on chest. Oh yeah, that's gonna be an issue, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, that breeze feels so nice. So nice. Drinking a Starbucks salted caramel cold brew with a Fairlife in it. I'm gonna put the window up a little bit. And it tastes so good, especially with the Fairlife. The Fairlife makes it like the sweetness that I want it to be. Yeah, that's not secure at all. There's gotta be a way I can do this. How the fuck do people do this, bro? Do they have like a dedicated thing for it? I'll park off somewhere and I'll try to find something. Like push the seat closer or something. Or maybe it's just impossible to get good quality car footage nowadays. I don't know. We're doing chest primarily. I've kind of been straying away from bench lately. I shouldn't be, because I feel like having a big compound movement at the beginning of your workout is like pretty ideal, and then you kind of do more hypertrophy work afterwards. But oh, this kid's on a fucking little scooter. What the hell? Go Raptors. I feel like having a big compound movement at the beginning is ideal. But at the same time, I've had the craziest pumps from not doing it first. I'm gonna pull in here, try to fix my camera. Now we can actually get out of here. This random fucking childcare, daycare, what the fuck? Daycare that I parked in to fix my camera. There. Yeah, I think I made the bouncing worse. It's so warm, bro. Like, Canada does not know, like, where to be at temperature-wise. Like, it's always so volatile. It's crazy. Chest day today. Like I was saying before, hypertrophy work. If I do just hypertrophy and I don't start off with a big compound movement, I find I get the nastiest pump of my life. But does that equate to muscle growth? Definitely equates to muscle growth, but like, does it equate to better muscle growth than if I were to start with a compound movement? Perhaps not. But then again, I'm not 100% sure. I know my chest gains have significantly improved over the last 6-7 months. And I think it just comes down to just training chest properly and actually feeling the muscle. Like, I don't know. The more you focus on the way that you train and the better you get at training, like the weight really doesn't matter. Because, you know, before I would do the same weight, but it just wasn't moving the same way. Like, I do like 195 on the bench, usually for like 10 to 12 reps. And before it was like quicker, kind of like using the elasticity of my chest, you know, not actually moving the weights through a slow range of motion. And now when I move 195, it's like a slow range of motion. And I usually get it for about 8 to 12, depending on the day. So it really does make a difference the way that you move it, because my chest a year ago was so much smaller than it is now. I think I made the most chest gains I made in my whole time lifting, and it was literally done in a 4-month bulk and a 2-month maintenance phase, which is crazy because it's like 4-month bulk, you wouldn't expect to gain that much mass. But I mean, chest became my favorite day, and I really was focusing on like training it properly. And not only that, but training it in like all different ways too, including incline work, including like a little bit of decline, more like decline, like cable. But I still don't do too much decline, to be honest. Ever since I implemented incline Smith pressing, I don't know, my chest has definitely grown. And I don't know if that's just like a new stimulus that's causing it to grow, training it properly, or a new movement, you know, like an actual movement that's using my upper pectoral, even though like really it's like one muscle. It's pretty hard not to use the whole muscle when you're going through a range of motion of a bench press. But either way, like, it equated to quite a lot of chest gains in the last 6 months. I'm gonna be doing an 8-month bulk soon. I'm kind of at maintenance right now, and I plan to up it slowly to get into a bulk. Not like a heavy bulk, not like I'm gonna make myself fat bulk, but just adequately feeding my body for once. I never really properly nourished my body in a way that there was like no excuse for it not to be building the maximum amount of muscle. Like, I feel like if I was eating a little bit more food back when I was training the way that I was, I would have maybe been able to grab an extra pound or two of muscle, you know. But I can't go backwards, right? I can only go forwards, and moving forward, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in a bulk, in a proper bulk. Again, nothing serious, not like a dirty bulk, like I'm not gonna go crazy with the calories, but I will increase them adequately so my body can get enough nutrition and can get the chance to actually grow. Because you're not gonna grow if you're not in a surplus. You know, your body can't create something out of nothing. I mean, it can create a little bit of muscle when you're at maintenance, but it's very difficult to actually acquire a substantial amount of mass without bulking. And, you know, I have this information, yet I've never really truly bulked to a serious extent. You know, I gotta actually take the action to do it instead of just talking about it all the time, which is what I'm gonna be doing for the next 8 months. I'm gonna get a good bulk going and hopefully get a lot of gains. Really gotta focus on my back. I find my lats are probably one of my lagging body parts, especially lower lats. My lower lats, you know, I don't have a lot of width. I think my lower lats and my triceps as well. My delts, like my side delts, I never really trained them that much. And I'm noticing ever since I started training them, maybe like 6-7 months ago, that I've gained like a substantial amount. And I think it's just because I've never trained them. If you really don't train a muscle and then you train it, I don't think it really matters how many years you are into lifting. Like, it's gonna grow. Personally, I can only speak from my own experience, and I'm only 3 years into lifting. I mean, pretty close to 4, but only 3 years in, so I've still got, you know, a lot of muscle to accrue. But, you know, I still feel like they shouldn't have grown as fast as they did in the last 6-7 months, you know, based off of how much muscle I've already gained. I really do think it's just like actually focusing on training them as well. Like, not even just bullshit training, like actually focusing on really training them well. I would say, like, you gotta have intensity and you've gotta be able to do the movement like at least 80%, right? Because if you're like bouncing a bench press off your chest, yes, you'll get gains, but like if you just slow down the movement just a little bit, you know, kind of be like in between ego lifting and actually like proper lifting technique, like you'd get a lot of gains because you're bringing the intensity, you're able to bring the weight up, but you're actually moving the weight. Like, you're actually moving the weight, you're not just throwing the weight around like a fucking dumbass. I've had bad shoulders for a while now, and actually, pro tip, if you want to fix your shoulders and you are not doing this movement with a cable or a band, like not with dumbbells, okay? Dumbbells, gravity's going down, that's not doing shit for you. With a band or cable, if you've never done that consistently, like at least 2 to 3 times a week for a few months, and you have like terrible shoulder joint issues, like do that for a few months consistently, 2-3 times a week, 5 sets of just cable or bands. And I'm telling you, if your pain doesn't go away, then it's something serious. If your pain goes away, then that's just because you haven't been training the part that is supporting your shoulder, which is the rotator cuff. And I always was the type of person to think, oh yeah, what is this going to do for me? What is like 5 bullshit little sets of this with a low weight going to do? But I've literally had no shoulder pain since then. The little things are really important. I feel like a lot of people neglect that. Even like stretching, like I don't stretch, and I'm sure that I will learn that is very beneficial to take a little bit of time to stretch in the future. But like in the moment, you're like, nah, that's some bullshit, right? Like, you never really actually think that shit does anything, but it really does, trust me. So, yeah, we're gonna get in there, we're gonna do chest, and bring you guys along with me so you can judge my form, since I've been talking about having good form the whole time. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna preface this now, I do not have perfect form. I just have not perfect, like adequate form. And I think that's what's most important, is just not putting yourself in a position where you can get hurt. And you don't gotta be like picture perfect, like everything, the setup and the fucking, like, you don't gotta be like 100% perfect. You just gotta be in a good enough position that you're not gonna injure yourself. So anyway, see you guys in there.
Alright guys, as you can see the Starbucks sticker on my ass. Anyways, this is gonna be a voiceover section. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. We're starting off with some cable flies, just some seated cable flies. There's usually this cable fly machine that's seated at one of my other gyms that I go to, but we put together this ghetto setup whenever we're somewhere else. So we start off just light, just warming up, and then we move to our heavier weights. Not that heavy because we're still trying to go for 10 to 12 reps. I actually end up hitting, I think, closer to 15, but that's also fine. We did skip bench on this chest day. All the benches were taken, and I wasn't really trying to just wait around. I was trying to get started working out, so we just started off with cable flies today. Tarp comes off, and we're back to doing the same thing for a second set, because the first set doesn't count. It's just a warm-up. Trying to keep it slow and controlled. Also trying to really feel that squeeze at the end there. Something that I do that I find helps is I try to put all of the weight through my pointer finger. I try to really focus on all of the weight coming through my pointer finger, and I find it leads to a better contraction. So I don't go to like complete muscular failure. I go to form failure. If I cannot get through a range of motion with good form, then I'm usually just done with the movement. Usually that ends up being about 2 or 3 reps below actual muscular failure, but that's good enough for muscle growth, and I don't really want to push my body beyond that. Anyways, if you haven't tried this seated like cable fly, just set up a bench and put it down to a height where you can grab them, and bring the seat out as far as you can go. Grab the cables before you sit down, and then kind of like swerve around the seat to sit down. That's how you get the most stretch from it. So we're on our last set here, I believe. The nip is exposed, but as you see, the chest is starting to get pumped up, and we are moving on. Still have this sticker on my ass. I can't believe it stayed on my ass for that long. That's crazy, and I didn't know. And I checked when I got home too. It wasn't on my butt, so like it fell off at some point. Anyway, I guess that wasn't my last set. We're going one more. I think I did 5 sets. Usually I do 4 or 5 sets per exercise, depending on how I'm really feeling. Depending on if I like the movement as well. But I do like the cable flies, so that's probably why I did do 5. As you can see, I went for another rep, just didn't happen. Could have probably pushed it, but damn, bro. Maybe I'm just a terrible counter. But we're going once more. Maybe one of those sets was a warm-up set, and I was just thinking it wasn't. But anyways, as you can see, this is kind of like a closer up shot of the chest. You can see it going through that range of motion. You really see that stretch when it's like at the furthest out point. We move on to decline cable. I'm kind of standing a little bit further back than I usually would be because my camera was usually where I was standing, so this time the camera kind of impaired my workout, but that's fine because, moving forward, we're gonna get used to using the camera and stuff like that, so we'll be able to put it in a better position. Anyway, decline cable. It's probably the only decline work I do and I've ever done in my life, because fuck going upside down on a bench, bro. I don't know who you think you are, but all the blood rushes to my head and I feel like shit. So that's just not my thing. Maybe like decline dumbbell at some point, but for now we just do decline cable, and it feels pretty nice, especially when you put it more towards the side of you and you kind of like put less strain on the shoulder. I mean, my shoulders are fine and healthy now, but I'm always trying to prevent putting them in a position where it's not very ideal for them to be in. So we are doing a third set here. It's the third set of the decline cable flies. It's a little bit closer up shot. I don't know if it's just me, but I've got like these dimples in my chest whenever they're fully contracted down at the bottom there on both sides, and I don't know if that's a normal thing or if that's just like the way that my muscle bellies are created, but shit's weird, man. Like I could like stick my thumb in there, like it's kind of weird. Anyway, so finishing up cable decline flies, and then moving on to an incline Smith press. I did do 4 sets of just regular machine flies before this. I didn't get the chance to really record it. I did get the chance to record it. It just didn't look very good, so I'm not including it here, and it was kind of like making this section kind of lengthy. So this is my 4th exercise, just an incline Smith press. This is the last exercise that I did. Usually I do 4 to 5 exercises, 4 to 5 sets. Depends on how I really feel. If my chest feels absolutely decimated after a 4th exercise, I'm not going for a 5th. Same thing with like sets. If it feels like fucking destroyed after a 4th set, I'm not going to do a 5th. But basically this, I believe, is what brought a lot of my chest gains to the surface. It's what's made my chest grow the most. As you can see, just like the full range of motion and the amount that the chest contracts is crazy. Especially if you're really focusing on squeezing them together. It's just a really good movement overall. I really feel it in the chest when I do it. I don't feel it anywhere else. Like I just feel it in the chest, and it's great. And the Smith press allows you to go to failure and beyond. As you see right here, I kind of go a little bit beyond. I don't quite get it all the way back up, but we don't have to get it all the way back up. The whole point is to tear the muscle in a positive way for it to grow later. So get a closer up shot of the chest right now. As you can see, you can kind of tell that one of my shoulder blades is not the best. It sticks out a little bit more than the other one, therefore it pushes up one side of my torso a little bit more when I'm planted. But I do try my best to use both pecs evenly, and I don't think I have a pec imbalance, so I think I'm doing a pretty good job. For arms though, that's a different story. There's about an inch differential, and you gotta work on that for sure. So here's another set here. Rocking that regiment jewelry. Shit's dancing. But I believe here too, I almost don't get it up. I think I only did 4 sets of this exercise because again, my chest felt destroyed. And I hate the way that thing closes, man. I hate the way that it racks. Like, it's the worst one. But it was the only one available, so, fuck it, we ball. But now we're just doing, like, change room flexing. Thought I got a pretty good fucking chest bump from this. I ended up doing shoulders and triceps afterwards. I didn't get the chance to record it. I was trying to kind of get it done without too much distraction. But yeah, pretty decent chest bump. We're still pretty lean right now.
Bro, my ears like popping.
My ears were popping.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
I listen to my music too loud, I'm gonna be honest.
I think you do, dude. Like, you always blast that shit. It's crazy that you're not deaf by now. Anyways, good tricep pump from the chest pump. And my biceps are just always too fucking big for my body. But, the waist is going to get bigger as we bulk, unfortunately. The abs are going to glaze over, unfortunately. And I'm going to miss being this lean and full, because I've been filling up, because I'm in a maintenance phase right now. So my body's been filling up and filling out, and also continuing to be lean. So I will miss looking like this, but I do want to make progress and move forward. So I'm going to wrap this up, because I'm about to be done flexing here, and we're about to get back to the regular video. So enjoy, guys.
I always look sick with a chest pump, bro. Holy shit, that fucking hurts. I got like a gnarly pimple right here, and I don't know what caused that shit, but oh my god, probably the sweat. And my bag goes over that shoulder, so probably irritated it further. But we're done with that. We didn't get any photos today. The room I usually take photos in is closed. That's unfortunate. Could get some change room clips. That's about it. Didn't really have the chance to do anything else. I might pick up some McDonald's. Not any nasty shit, just like a grilled chicken wrap with no cheese. Thinking about doing that. And then that might be it. That might be it for the night. Continue eating, play some video games, kind of chill out for the rest of the night. And yeah, that's basically it. If you guys ever are going for any sort of like fast food, you gotta go like grilled chicken. Always. Like, I would say a good majority of fast food places do serve grilled chicken, and that's your best bet, especially if you get like no sauce, no cheese. I'm personally gonna get the sauce for the wrap, just because it's like a spicy sauce, and that's kind of what adds the flavor of spiciness. So I'm gonna keep that on there, but no cheese, no sauce is usually a go-to. And pro tip, add onions and pickles, and it makes it taste great. Well, as good as it can taste, you know, for a relatively clean meal. Just don't look at the sodium. Don't look at the sodium, especially at McDonald's. Put the 28 mil on there. Make me look tiny, but that's fine. We're not trying to look big, we're just trying to bring you guys along on the trip. Put this lens here for now. All right. Head to the old McDonald's, jam to some music, probably. Put something good on. I should probably put my seatbelt on properly, even though it's irritating. Shop, motherfucker. Come on, Corolla, let's go. Ah, you missed your turn, bud. I hate when people miss their turn. Like they could have went, but they just didn't turn. And then you're forced to wait an extra, well, I mean, I guess it's an extra 5 seconds. It's not that big of a deal. But, you know, we like to complain. It's actually kind of nice to ride in silence. Don't get me wrong, I like music, but when you're listening to music for an hour and a half at the gym, when you're kind of like overstimulating your dopamine receptors with music and also working out, it's kind of nice to take a break from it, to be honest. Sunset vibes at 6 p.m. We love that happens this time of year. It's wonderful. You know, I actually don't mind it. I just don't like the cold that comes along with it. You know, I don't mind getting up earlier to be able to see more sunlight for the day, but I just don't like the cold, especially when I'm lean, because then you just feel it straight through the skin. So, anyways, we're gonna be bulked up this winter though, so we won't have to worry about that. All right, I just had to make sure that it was recording. I wasn't 100% sure.
Hi there, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a spicy grilled chicken wrap?
And yeah?
Can I get that without cheese? And then that's everything.
Go for next window, please.
Thank you. All right, now I gotta unplug my phone because I have to Apple Pay it.
Oh yeah, $4.
Beyond MasterCard. You too. McDonald's. You know, I never ate McDonald's before, but then they started serving grilled chicken. And they serve this new chicken now. It's actually not too bad. I mean, it's actually bad without the sauce, but I prefer Wendy's. Wendy's grilled chicken's really good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Yeah, Wendy's grilled chicken. Dairy Queen grilled chicken is amazing, especially their sauce, spicy wrap sauce. It's so good. Well, McDonald's is kind of mid, but it's the only thing that's kind of near the gym, and it's cheap. So go with that. What's this? They're doing the game board thing again, the Monopoly. So they didn't listen to my request. It's cheese, but whatever. I'll take the extra calories from the cheese, I guess. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go back around for that. But their sauce, it's buffalo, but it's actually not that spicy. Like if I go to Dairy Queen and I get a spicy wrap, like I'm dying. But from McDonald's, it's like, it's mild. It's good flavor though. It's a good meal for when you're starving. If I was like really bulking and I was trying to get food down, I don't think I would go for it. Just because if I were full right now, not starving, it wouldn't be very enjoyable. So it is a little spicy though. It kind of creeps up on you. But it's not immediately spicy. It's like accumulatively spicy, but still not that bad. Spiciest thing, in my opinion, spicy chicken Mr. Noodle. That shit is so spicy for no good reason. Like I've had literal ghost pepper chips and they're almost as spicy. The spicy chicken Mr. Noodle. It doesn't last as long as like a ghost pepper, but like that shit is like as spicy, I swear to God. I don't know what they put in that shit, but damn, it's spicy. That fake chicken flavor is so fucking spicy. Anyway, there's a seagull. Seagull trying to gang up on me, bro. Look at that guy. He's sneaking up on me, dude. He's looking for something. Probably looking for some extra food. I'm sorry. I consumed all of it, unfortunately. I was that hungry. Oh, leftovers. That's probably it for the night. We're probably gonna wind down after this. Kind of chill. It's almost 7 o'clock, so kind of time for me to wind down. Maybe watch a few shows. Been watching Berserk lately. Kind of rewatching it because I watched the first 10 episodes, but I wasn't paying a great deal of attention to it. And this time around, I'm paying attention to it, and I kind of know the premise of the first 10 episodes. So it's kind of actually helping me to further understand the show. So it's kind of nice. Might watch that and call it a night, probably around 10 or 11. Some good quality sleep in. And tomorrow, go hit a nice back day. There's this new movement I've been loving. It's cable from the ground. Just a single arm cable from the ground. Kind of like you're mimicking a row, but it feels so nice because the tension's there the whole time. And it just feels incredible. And actually, for the first time ever, made me have lower lat pain the next day, like DOMS, like delayed onset muscle soreness. And I usually never have delayed onset muscle soreness in my back ever, let alone my lower lats, which I seem to never, ever get any pain in. And when I refer to pain, I obviously refer to like growth pain, like good pain. Probably gonna head home now and get our meals in and wind down and sleep. I might bring you guys along for that, just the ride home, and then that'll be the end of the video. And let's head off. This time with music, because I actually do miss the music now. My dopamine spike happened, and then my dopamine crash, and then now I'm kind of going back to baseline, so I'm wanting the music again. So we'll start the music up. Don't mind my pink cord, by the way. It's my girlfriend's that I stole. Oh, I didn't steal, I actually asked for it, and I borrowed it like a normal person, but yeah. Alright, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna get like a car attachment that I can actually attach my camera to so it stays in proper placement and I don't gotta put it in my bag on the seat. I did try the whole tripod thing at the beginning of the video, but that shit did not work at all. Hopefully I can get something, maybe like a suction cup or something that can make everything work out for me. So they're building a superstore and a Shoppers right across from the gym near my place, which is actually really ideal because I used to go to Fit for Less, which is like the shittier gym to Good Life in Canada, and there used to be a superstore right in the same kind of area as it, and it was nice because I could go and get a pre-workout snack or a post-workout snack. You'd probably spend way too much money on it, but that's besides the point. It was just convenient. I feel like it'll be really convenient when they actually place a Superstore and a Shoppers near here. So, Shoppers does have a few protein snacks, and Superstore is just a good place to get like a proper meal. So it'll be nice. And then this kind of area of town will be more ideal to come to because there are 3 gyms that I usually alternate between. I would say this one has the least amount of things around it. There is one with a Superstore relatively close to it, and then the other one has a Sobeys right across, but this one has nothing, but like a small grocery store, which they don't even have energy drinks that aren't like Reign or Monster Coffee. Like I couldn't find regular Monsters, I couldn't find any other brand of thing, actually. I was quite disappointed. I had to get a Reign, and not that Reign is bad, like it tastes great, but it's got just normal caffeine in it, which makes you have a terrible crash. The fact that there's no blend of different kinds of caffeine, it just literally like gives you a great spike of energy, but then a terrible crash afterwards. And it has a lot of caffeine, so that just only makes it worse. But it tastes great. Like it's like one of the best tasting energy drinks in my opinion. Though it's nice to have every once in a while, but it wouldn't be my first choice for energy and such. Now we'll try to turn through 4 lanes of traffic at a relatively busy time. Good on that side. Of course. Alright, we're gonna go. Areas never die. Alright, we're actually gonna skip this one. By the way, we're driving in Mexico. We're not driving in any place where I live. Driving down in good old Mexico. First thing I'm doing when I get a good car is I'm installing subs, and not to be like those cringy teenagers that blast that shit on max and make their music sound like shit because it's just distorting the music. I actually want to use the bass to sound good and actually have some deep, proper bass going without distorting my music. So that would be the most ideal thing. This car does have pretty decent bass for 2010 Honda Civic, but you know, could be better. Actually, it's not too bad for the year that it is, because a lot of newer cars that are in like the 2015s to 2017s don't even have bass that sounds like this. So it's actually quite nice. Man, music like this just makes you want to fucking put your foot down to the ground. I don't know why. It's like cruising music. It just sounds like the most ideal thing to be listening to while flooring it, you know? But we're not going to do that, but, you know, the temptation is definitely there. That's gonna be it for the video. I'm head inside and chill out. So, see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's a little bit different, a little bit more long form, a little bit less. Like there's not too much going on, but hopefully you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.